The supported fish pose is a restorative back bending posture that allows the diaphragm to open and the chest to expand a little bit. So when we breathe in this posture, we start to relax around the chest and the upper back. So we start to feel the breath in this area. It is a relaxing position, and we want to make sure that, of course, it feels very good for us, very comfortable for us, so that we can actually relax. So I'll just run through how to set it up, and then when you get into the position for yourself, then you can stay there for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, but it's always got to be comfortable. So again, we might need a bolster, perhaps some yoga blocks, maybe some pillows, and if you haven't got a bolster, blanket. So I'll just show you how you can use this if you've got a bolster, how you can use it with the bolster first. So we're going to bring the bolster onto our mat, and we want to have the bolster somewhere where it's we've got some space to lay our head down on the mat as well. And this is a very high bolster, by the way, so I'm probably not going to stay with it, but just in case you've got a bolster and you haven't got anything else, then I'll just show you how to use this. So the mid thoracic area, so this is halfway kind of between the between the shoulder blades. So if you think of where your breastbone is at the front, it's pretty much directly behind that. Let's say the nipple level. So we want to lie that part of the spine over the bolster, okay? And then from there, we're going to let the head come back, but this is going to be too extreme a position for my neck because it's just going to be hanging there. So because it's a very high bolster, I'm going to have to use some blocks, a couple of blocks, and maybe even a pillow so that my head can feel supported. So now that feels fine, my neck feels okay, my chest is expanded, and I'm going to see if it feels okay to straighten out the legs. Okay. So from there, I might then just interlock the fingers. I use the what's called mountain mudra, cross the thumbs, index fingers pointing up, and just extend the arms overhead. Now with the arms extending overhead, this can perhaps pull on the shoulders, which might not feel comfortable. So another option would be to bring some supports under the arms. So I think I've probably run out of supports. Or actually I could probably use my other blanket. So you do need a lot of equipment for these restorative postures, but once you have got it set up, it's worth it. So again, so let's try this. So I'm going to let the head hang back, and now I'm resting the arms. Now that's pretty good. So now my arms can kind of relax without feeling like they're pulling. So maybe I could do it a little bit higher, but that will do for now. I think you get the idea there. So then I'm going to straighten out the legs. Now I might find that eventually this is a little bit too much of a curve in the back, so then I might take something else like another cushion or something to sit on, and that will raise the pelvis a little bit. Maybe I don't need that, let's see. And as I lie back, oh yeah, that definitely feels better now. So now, instead of having such an extreme curve into the lower back, it's a little bit more gentle. I can now stay in that. I could stay there. Feet just relax, legs just relax out, arms just behind. And I'd close the eyes and just breathe. So you can either interlock the fingers or just let the arms relax behind you. And then we just hold it there and breathe. So there's quite a lot of supports needed there, but once you get into it, it's worth it. And then what you'll sense is as you breathe, because the abdomen is stretched, the diaphragm can't really press down onto the abdomen and allow the abdomen to rise and fall. So the diaphragm will expand out into the lower ribs, and you'll feel the breath a little bit more in the chest. So it helps us to bring awareness to the chest, to open up this area, to improve our breathing. Okay, so once you're there, you can stay there for a few minutes, and then when you're ready, you just bring yourself out of it, and you can just roll off to the side like that. Okay, and of course, if if this support is too high, you might just use the something a little bit lower, and then you won't need all these supports behind you. So let me just show you here. You can probably hear my dog barking downstairs. I'm only doing one take of this, just to kind of show you how to set yourself up. So if you've only got a blanket, then we could do something like this. It's probably even a bit easier, really, a bit more simple. So now I'm going to use the blanket. Here goes, and I'm going to take the support again behind my mid-thoracic, and then now it's easier for my head to rest on the floor, and maybe my arms could use a little bit of support. So, and of course it depends on your shoulders. You could bring another blanket like that, and then where is it? So then I'm resting down, head come on the floor. I could bring the arms onto the blanket if I needed it. So if you can see, my neck should feel completely comfortable, and this is still pretty good. Now I don't need so much support underneath me. I don't need anything under the head. I could probably do with my arms raised a little bit, and that's something you'd have to kind of sense for yourself. So let's say I bring this pillow here. So you can see I'm just using what I've got around me. So you don't particularly need special equipment. Sometimes a bolster can be nice, but I'm just taking what's around me to find a comfortable position. So this feels quite good, and this mid-thoracic area, of course, is one of those areas that gets really tight, and then when the mid-thoracic gets tight, it can cause neck pain and so on, because the thoracic doesn't move, so we start to take all the tension into the neck. And then again, arms overhead, you might straighten out the legs and stay for a few minutes and just breathe. Okay, so this is a tutorial just how to get in and out of the position, and you could stay there for just as long as you feel comfortable, but no more than, let's say, 3-4 minutes, something like that. So you just roll off to the side, and when you're done, you might like to perhaps go into a counter pose, like a child's pose, which I'll go into that. There'll be another video of the child pose, but you could just do normal child pose afterwards to relax as a counter pose. When you're in the position, maybe an eye pillow can be nice, or something to cover the eyes, and just relax, observe the body, observe the breath. So that's the supported fish pose.